My OpenClaw setup helps me write articles on X that average 85.5 thousand views per article. So that's a lot. That's close to 100,000 views per article. And guess what? It does the vast majority of the work. I wasn't able to do this before. In fact, the first X article I think I wrote maybe only got 6,500 views or so. So I thought that was not bad. When OpenClaw is doing the work and you're able to get that reach and you have really smart people engaging with you and it leads to leads and potentially customers down the road, that is generating revenue from OpenClaw, because that's what I care about. Are you going to generate revenue from OpenClaw? This is one of the exact use cases. So let me show you how this actually works. And I'm also going to show you how you can do this yourself as well if you stay to the end. So let's get into it. All right, so let me give you the evidence first. If you look at Become a Claude Code post over here, look, 358 views on it, okay? The one before, 756 views. So it wasn't doing quite well, but I kept trying. And then I wrote another one and I got 6,600 views over here. So not bad. These are all human generated by myself, okay? So clearly I'm doing something wrong, but then I had OpenClaw write it. And you can see 85,000 views, 86,000 views, 102,000 views, and this one over here, 69,000 views. So the receipts are there. I'm going to show you the difference between my post and the OpenClaw one, and I'm going to show you how you can actually do this yourself. And I'm telling you, I see people talking about how OpenClaw generates, someone generated about 5 million views on TikTok. Well, if you can do this in written format, in long form written format, this is also really powerful because you have a lot of intellectual, really smart people hanging out on X. So let's see the one that I wrote and let's see the one that OpenClaw wrote, and maybe you can get some takeaways from it, okay? So this one didn't do that bad, 53 likes, 2 reposts on it or so. I was just talking how OpenClaw, not many people talk about it for business use cases. We used it at a book meeting with a multi-trillion-dollar company. I'm going to share a few business examples. Here are some real business use cases. We have a daily deal finder over here. We have, so I'm just showing examples on how this works, and I'm explaining examples. Add creative scaler. So I'm just showing some things that we're doing with it, and then also how this scales for businesses overall. And so intended to give people ideas. And again, like 156 bookmarks, it's not that bad, okay? And then Jason here said he's interested in a boring post. So I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to keep writing X articles. And so I was like, yeah, there's security concerns with OpenClaw. I was going to expand this post into talking about how this all actually works in terms of infrastructure, setup tools, and patterns as it relates to business. But maybe that's too boring. So Jason says, I'm interested in a boring post. So that was actually enough for me to push me over the edge. Now, if we go to the next one over here, so this next one takes off, 85,000 views, 972 likes, 102 retweets, and 2,600 bookmarks, okay? So I kind of started with the same hook again. Ordering food with your OpenClaw is cute, but making money with it is better, okay? And in this post, I'm going to talk about how my system works under the hood. If you want business use case examples, the original post is over here. So then I just start going down, okay, verify and learn loops. Okay, agents can't mark something done until they verify it. And then I have these little cool diagrams in here as we go through. Decision interface pattern. Okay. And by the way, I do think people like these diagrams because it's like, whoa, that's like some, unique sauce that you have, some unique. If you're doing diagrams, like surely you must have put in a lot of extra work into this. And hint, I didn't. Cron job scheduling, the proactive brain, security model, multi-agent coordination, and then you get token savings, Sonnet for daily. And hopefully there's a couple nuggets that I share here, and I take a picture of my phone. Okay, now, so then I also tell them to subscribe to my newsletter afterwards, and then I tell them to join I'm doing these like weekly live streams where I talk about OpenClaw and Claude Code for business, because not a lot of people are talking about that right now, right? So I stole this image, by the way. Someone else tweeted this. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good image, and so I'm going to show you how I do that in a second, but I'm going to show you a pattern here that you're going to see. So your OpenClaw works, your setup doesn't yet. And as we scroll through, okay, again, we're seeing the diagrams. So we're seeing these sections, these diagrams. I will basically review every single one that my OpenClaw pops out to me in Telegram, and we can see how this looks over here, okay? So my point of showing this, like I'll show a couple of screenshots and things like that. So do I spend a little time editing the headline and also the hook and then maybe the formatting? I do. Is that something you can hand over to an editor? Yes, you can. But when you're figuring this out initially, you should do it all yourself. You should probably figure out how you can simplify things initially and then speed it up and then eventually automate it, right? So don't let this just YOLO in the beginning. That's not going to work out well for you. And I just, let it go. Like the cool thing is like you insert these little, when you're writing an X article, you can just insert lines of these code block snippets, and you can just put this in there. And that's basically it. And the thing is, I did not write this post. Like 99.9% of it, I didn't write. Like I just helped with the hook and I helped with the initial title. This post over here, I run 30 OpenClaw jobs a day. This is what actually makes them profitable. This post, when I first published it, with the original headline and the original hook, it had 1 like after the first hour. So it completely bombed. All I did was I changed the hook and I changed the headline, and then boom, it took off afterwards, right? So not bad with 673 likes, 49 reposts. So keep that in mind. Like sometimes you might have to just repost something, because if you know it's good, you want to repost it, right? And especially when this is really good when you're on cutting edge, I would say trending topics. And so if there's a lot of attention going towards it and the content isn't there yet, that's when you attack the trend. And for me, at the very least, I'll show you kind of the results that I'm getting from my X. If I look at the analytics, it's moving up and to the right. And so this is not bad, because when I look at the last 3 months or so, I wasn't like a really heavy X poster. But if you look at things from a monthly basis, you can see that 533,000 impressions, which is the most I think I've had in quite a while in a month. And you can see the number of bookmarks I'm getting here. So that tells me I should be doing more posts like this. And you can see the number of impressions I got over time. But that's basically it. Now, let me show you how I get this to work in my OpenClaw. It's very simple to do this, okay? Hey, quick break. If you're looking to work at an AI forward company, we are hiring at Single Grain. So Single Grain, we are a tech-enabled marketing services company, and our mission is to be the marketing partner that B2B companies never outgrow. The way we're looking at things right now is we are going hard on tools like Claude Code, and we have different products, Carrot and ClickFlow, and our mission is to hire the best possible people who are very AI forward, who love to nerd out on marketing, and who want to go into this future. And so it's not going to be an easy thing, but you can check out our careers page by clicking this button over here, or just go to singlegrain.com/careers, and we'll see you on the other side. I have my Telegram popped up. This is my Alfred, which is my chief of staff. And I just said, hey, I just asked it to do an X article rewrite. And this is actually covering this topic, actually. So it's like I spent $271 last month on AI agents. They replaced $15,000 in marketing work. This is actually the one where we talk about how this averages, how OpenClaw created me 4 posts that got 324,000 views, which will be the alternative title for this YouTube. Okay. So everyone's talking about the AI agents. Nobody shows the receipts, which is interesting. That's my language. I actually said that earlier in this video. I didn't even, this is my first time seeing this over here. Here are mine. I run a marketing agency. I built 4 AI agents that wake up before I do. They scan my pipeline. So what I would do is I would actually change it to OpenClaw agents, because that's the trending topic right now. By 8 a.m., I have a Telegram full of decisions. I tap buttons, approve, reject, next. Here's what runs every morning. So these are like the cron jobs I have. 34 cron jobs, 71 scripts. Maybe that's a little too many cron jobs. That's not the point. So weekly costs for infrastructure, SEO agent, content deals, recruiting. Here's how much I'm spending. Here are the agents that I have over here. The Oracle finds keyword gaps. Flash suggests a topic, which is my social media bot. And here's what broke, because it always breaks. Okay, so it kind of just shows what's going on over here. And then ultimately what happens is it shows that basically every morning it gives me ideas. Okay, so it shows all these cron jobs. Like it shows kind of the technical setup for this. It's not really that technical. It kind of looks technical. But what I would just call out is, 325K of you read my last 4 posts about this setup. Okay, so that's great. I will probably just end up copying this and editing it a little bit, but that's basically it. Now, watch this. What would be other cool use cases for these OpenClaw for business use cases I can talk about on YouTube or X? So let's just see what it comes up with here. Okay. Beyond what you're already running, here are use cases that would get other people's attention: churn predictor, pricing optimizer, invoice chaser, meeting brain. So like I do actually have this active right now. Ingest every gong call and granola note, builds a searchable knowledge base. New hire asks, how do we handle pricing objections? I get 5 real examples of your best closers. And then we have onboarding agent. We have a competitive war room where the agents talk to each other. We have a client health dashboard, churn predictor, pricing optimizer, like all these things, right? Invoice chaser. We don't really do that. I don't know why it has that, but these are all for me to use at a high level from a business standpoint. And then I just ask, hey, based on how we're using this, based on all the content you've ingested as well recently, what else should I consider maybe repurposing, or what angle should we attack based on how you're seeing me use this, or what outside of the box things do you think we can attack, right? And then Flash is my little bot over here. And then you can see yesterday, it actually, it was scanning Hacker News, Reddit, X, YouTube. And it's like, oh, Anthropic just hit $380 billion valuation. Cloud Code just dropped agent teams, where I just expose Rent a Human. Or I can repurpose a marketing school post to an X thread where SEO products are going. And this is taken from marketing school. So it's actually, again, it's ingesting my content. So I actually chose it to draft number 4, which is a repurpose. Here's the Anthropic one, I guess. Here's a tweet, and it's putting it in a tweet storm. That's fine. And it also gives a LinkedIn post as well. Anthropic just raised $30 billion at $380 billion valuation. And so I think I give it feedback, or maybe I don't, but like I don't really like these news jacking ones. And so let me try hitting number 4 again. I might have hit number 1 initially, but that's the whole idea here, because the cool thing is it ingests your content, it learns how you work over time, it also knows your voice, because I actually put in like a Claude Code skill that I had, and it's going to evolve with you over time because it has contextual memory. And so my point of showing you this is that you now have a lot of, oftentimes it's, at least for me as a content creator, because I'm more focused on operating my business, I just need the ideas. Even if you give me a B- idea, I can probably figure out how to make it an A+ if I can figure out the angle, and then I can kind of go about my day. And even me going about making this video right now, I was just thinking, I was like, what have we done that's interesting with OpenClaw? And it actually came up with the fact that, we've generated these articles, and 4 out of 4 in a row actually work, and it's averaging 85,000 views per article. And so in my mind, I'm like, should I just be pumping out an article every single day then? Because 85,000, okay, times 30 is 2.5 million views per month, times 12, that's 30 million views. And so of that 30 million, when I see the people following me and when I see the people interacting with me, these are some of the smartest people in the world. We're talking very successful VCs, very successful entrepreneurs. When you put yourself out there and you're getting that many impressions, you're going to increase your surface area of luck. Now, the same thing is also happening for YouTube right now, which is interesting because I'm talking about X, but I'm putting this on YouTube. I'll probably repurpose it over to LinkedIn as well. And then you get more shots on goal to build these relationships. So check this out over here. So on it, I pulled the marketing school episode. I can see the latest episode is luxury era of the creator economy has arrived. Can't find this episode over here. Actually, no, this is the correct one. So it found the right one. It said it didn't find it, but it ended up finding it. So check this out. Where SEO products are going. SEO tools, as we know it, are dead. Not dying, dead. That's a pretty good hook. Here's what SEO products are actually, SEO products are actually going, and what to do about it. Goldman Sachs predicted this. Okay, here's the old SEO stack over here. We talked about this on marketing school. The shift isn't tools, better tools. It's tools, outcomes. Okay, what I'm seeing at Single Grain. Okay, not bad, not bad. And now watch this. I'll just say, now give me the LinkedIn version. So again, this is writing in my voice. Not bad. It's also promoting marketing school well. And it also promotes the email list at the very end too, which is great. So now it's working on the LinkedIn version, and the SEO tool industry is about to collapse into itself. Goldman Sachs just predicted AI agents will replace most SEO SaaS products. Think about what that means for the $15 billion SEO tools market. Companies are paying $400 a month for a stack of dashboards, right? This is not bad. This is contrarian. This is going to piss off a lot of people. I'm probably not going to post this one, but like maybe I might want to, but I do have a lot of friends that work at these companies, right? Maybe I might not want to go after them, or maybe I do, right? I don't know, but at least I have something to work with. So my point of showing you this all is, don't think about this just for X. Just think about this in the context of whatever channel you're working on. Could be for YouTube long form, could be for TikTok, whatever it is exactly. You have no excuse now not to create content, especially if you're working with the OpenClaw and you're doing interesting things. So if you enjoyed this video, you can check out this next one over here, and this next one over here talks about how you can generate millions in sales on autopilot using OpenClaw.